Hi PlayStation fans, hope you're all good. We asked you to tell us about your favourite ever PS1 demos. Thousands of comments later, and we're now ready to deliver you a tidal wave of nostalgia. Are you ready?
Copy. I'm on my way.
Life in the mid-90s. Back then, we didn't even consider that all of our Tamagotchis would end up dead in a landfill, stuck together with the goo from those weird alien egg things. Why? Because we were too busy playing an endless stream of PS1 demo discs. It was often the case that you'd buy a magazine to play a small chunk of the next big thing, only to end up enjoying another game more on the demo disc instead. I'm pretty sure that's how I ended up getting Vib Ribbon for Christmas. Lots of you remember the demo of Driver, which introduced us to one of the first ever 3D open worlds. I played the hell out of the first Driver demo. I actually think I clocked more hours on that demo than the actual game itself when I was finally able to get it. Matt, you certainly weren't alone. Mike replied, "That Driver demo had a good few hundred hours in my console." Whereas some demos were frustratingly short. Some developers were very generous and gave us a large section of a game. My favourite has to be Metal Gear Solid, purely because it felt huge. When we finished the demo, my friend and I were convinced that we'd played half the game. You're not wrong, Ryan. Tom commented, "I was surprised by the amount of content it had. I played it so much that by the time I got the real game, I knew the helipad and tank hangar like the back of my hand." It's funny how when given a small area to explore in some demos, people would gravitate towards doing exactly the same thing. Kevin says, "I loved the roll cage demo. I used to start at the end of the beach, then ramp up the cliff until I jumped so that I could see the entire edge of the map." Christian replied, "Oh man, I played that demo the exact same way." Demos would also let us play games that our parents would never buy us. Vince says, "I remember playing the Silent Hill demo when I was 8 and it had such a creepy intro. Made me love the horror genre." Other people may have been slightly scarred for life, myself included. Oh my god, that Silent Hill demo. I was 6 and I remember it made me scared of the dark for weeks. I kept going back to it though and then having to lie to my parents why I kept screaming. Even a demo can give you a lifelong gaming memory. Jeffrey remembers Siphon Filter when I was 8. I know it sounds morbid, but the taser weapon fascinated me. I remember the first time I held the button long past the expected time and the enemy burst into flames. To which Houston replied, "I can still hear the dudes scream until they turned into charcoal." Houston's therapist really hates hearing about Siphon Filter. As we mentioned before, sometimes games you wouldn't even consider looking at in a store, you'd try just because it was on a demo disc. Cooler World was my favourite demo for PS1. Such a simple game, but me and my friend became obsessed with it. Great puzzling action which puts you in the mind of a beach ball. Would we be talking about Cooler World in 2021 if it weren't for the demo? I doubt it very much. There were even some demos that you could exploit, as Carl found out. The Italian Job demo was great. If you reversed as soon as the mission started, then you could free roam around the entire London map. Wow, that is such a cool find. Some developer really f***ed up here. And finally, some demos were timed, and so you'd play it multiple times to try and get further. The Resident Evil 2 demo. You could play as much as you wanted for 10 minutes, so it was a proper speedrun to catch as much as you could. To which Graham replied, "It got to a point for me where I was playing it religiously. I think the furthest I got was when Leon met Claire in Star's office." Did this bring back memories? What was your favourite demo on the PS1? Let us know in the comments below, guys. And as always, thanks for watching.
For more videos like this, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell to make sure you don't miss any videos in the future. Cheers!